Hey yo, what it do, baby? It's your boy Dynamic, and today I have to talk about something that's like blowing up all over the place, and it's on practically every news channel and stuff like that. And since everybody wants to be an analyst, ESPN has people speculating, and CNN has people speculating, even Fox News. I am going to speculate on my own, and what I'm talking about is the Donald Sterling situation that is going on right now. My belief, let me just flat out say this. My belief is that he was set up by the NBA, and I'm going to explain why I think this. Not just by the NBA, but also by Magic Johnson. Let me give you the backstory if you haven't been informed yet. Donald Sterling is the owner of an NBA team. He's the owner of the Clippers. He has a whole bunch of people working under him, both white and black, and he has been accused of being a racist because some questionable audio has come out lately. And what the reason I say questionable is because it depends on interpretation whether what he said was racist or was ignorant, which are two different things. So first of all, what I'm going to start out with is telling you the whole story as how it happened. So Donald Sterling is a billionaire. He's married. He has his wife, but somehow him and his wife are estranged because there's no other way to say it, 20-something-year-old gold-digging ass hoe who is basically got in between the marriage, and she's the woman that is in the middle of all this situation. So this started because she took a picture with Magic Johnson, and Donald Sterling, which is her boyfriend, I guess, he didn't want her to publicly post that picture on Instagram because Magic Johnson is black. And of course, this sounds racist. Racist as hell. This is as racist as you can get. If it wasn't, well, not as racist as you can get, because the most racist, obvious, blatant racist thing you could say is the N-word. And not the N-word where, oh, my nigga, my homie, not that. I'm talking about, the one that racist white people say. Or racist anybody says, because it's not just white people that use that as a racist term. But that's a story for later on. So anyways, she took a picture with Magic Johnson. He didn't like that because Magic Johnson was black. So he said that he didn't want her to publish the picture on Instagram. What takes away from me believing that this was racist is because in the same recording, which she, by the way, recorded, he actually said that he loves black people, right? He loves blacks, and he has no problem hanging around them. He said that. He says he loves black people, but this is the thing. He says that he has people calling him all the time, like, bothering him, like, oh, I saw, that type of stuff, that type of environment where probably other rich people around him are like that. And he has to upkeep that image, that's what my belief is. My opinion is that the NBA, because this has been a history with this person, right? This has been a history of some racist type things that this person has done. So the NBA knew this. The NBA knew this before this even became a story. And I think that this was a setup by Magic Johnson and the NBA, because Magic Johnson takes a picture with this woman. This woman records Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers. This recording becomes public. And then the NBA reprimands Donald Sterling for what he said in that recording, in which he was being led on by this gold-digging ass hoe, right? He was being led on by her. And guess who is supposedly the number one person in line with his group of other investors waiting to buy the Clippers? Magic Johnson. This cannot be a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidence. Well, there are coincidences, but this fits too perfect and nobody is talking about this. So I'm going to be the first one to speculate that this is what's going on. The NBA is just setting this man up to take his team away, to find a way for him to sell the Clippers so they can put there whoever they want. And first of all, what I want to say about this whole thing, which is wrong, first of all, is that he was saying these things behind closed doors, and he never used the N word, and he wasn't angry at all. He was angry at his girlfriend for bringing up these fights, because he even said it, you're a fighter, you're a fighter, you were born to fight, you're a fighter. He kept repeating it. He never said one of those typical racist words that someone who is racist and is angry says. And there was even discussions about Hispanics, and I'm Hispanic, and I wasn't offended by this. I really don't get the butthurt that exists because a person has certain views or is involved with certain people that have certain views, and he has to keep his reputation. I'm pretty sure he's not the only guy in the NBA that feels the way that he does, or that does the things that he does because other people around him are like that. I'm pretty sure he's not the only one. But he's the only one getting hit in the neck right now, trying to get his head chopped off so he could leave the NBA, so they could take over his team. There's even talks that the NBA might make all the players on the Clippers free agents so that they could leave if they wanted to and not play for the Clippers. That is ridiculous. Oh my God. Everything that is in this sounds like a setup, and all these guys are ignoring it, but it doesn't matter. How can I prove that what I'm saying is true? Bigger people have to investigate this, and right now they don't even give a crap because they just want to condemn this one person, this old ass man who said something questionable that isn't even, it doesn't offend me because he was talking about Hispanics, but what? I'm not butthurt about this. And the crazy thing about this whole thing is, in the video, he said himself that what he was saying, a lot of people say behind closed doors. And I can tell you that this is true. Every race is racist to every other race in some way. If you have never thought or said or heard someone say something racist behind closed doors, someone that was of your same race, whether white, Hispanic, black, Asian, or whatever, right? If you've never heard anyone else or yourself say something that could be construed as racist or very similar to what Donald Sterling said behind closed doors, just like Donald Sterling said it, then you are either a saint, you are free of all sins, or you're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. If you think what Donald Sterling did was so different from what 90% of all human beings do behind closed doors, then you are a hypocrite. A lot of people say, well, I'm not racist. I don't have a racist bone in my body. I love black people. I love Hispanics and that type of thing. But that very same person, his or her daughter brings a black guy or Hispanic guy or an Asian guy to the house. Oh, mom, dad, I want to show you my boyfriend. They're going to be like, what? Now, they might not say flat out, I don't want you to date this black guy. I don't want you to date this Hispanic guy. The father might not, or the mom might not come out and say that flat out, but they will subconsciously not like this person because he is not of the same race that they are. And this isn't just a white person thing. This is a Hispanic thing. I've seen multiple times a guy or a girl that's Hispanic bring a black person or an Indian person or a Middle Eastern person to their house as, mom, this is my boyfriend or my girlfriend, and they don't like it most of the time. And it's not just a white or a Hispanic, it's also a black thing. There are persons out there who are black that are racist. Snoop Dogg came out with a comment after the Donald Sterling thing that was more racist, way more racist than what Donald Sterling said. He used the words redneck, cracker, angry stuff, right? That's way more racist than what Donald Sterling said. So there are racist black people too. Racism comes from all different angles, and I just think that's part of human beings. That's just the way it is. Anyways, Donald Sterling, the owner of the Clippers, got suspended or banned for the rest of his life. He won't be able to go to any NBA game, I think. I don't know if it's just a Clippers game, but he won't be able to go to any NBA game. That's what I believe. He was banned. I don't know what control that gives him over the team. I know he's still the owner, so he's still probably going to be making money off of this team, which I don't have a problem against. He's the owner of the team, and It's sad that I live in a society where people can't, behind closed doors, express or feel the way they do. You can't even do it in your own house. You can't have an opinion in your own house. And even though racism is wrong, it still exists. And when you see it, you can't get butthurt over it. It might be because I play video games and I'm on Xbox Live all the time, and I have all these people, including white or black, it doesn't matter, calling me all the time, oh, wetback, you freaking nigger, and all this stuff, right? Maybe that's why I have thick skin. I don't think what he said was that big of a deal. And honestly, I just think that Magic Johnson or the NBA or both of them together conspired to actually make this happen. Was the reason for her recording him. He gave her millions of dollars, basically. He bought her an apartment. He bought her a Ferrari. He bought her, I think it was like a Range Rover or something like that. 2 more cars. You know, gave her $250,000 just to spend it on what she wants for the supposed upkeep of the apartment or condo that he bought her. Like, really? And you're gonna do this, right? You're gonna publicize this recording that you made for what? For what? You're a gold digging asshole. You have all this money available to you because you're gold digging a rich billionaire, old ass man. What is the incentive that you have for betraying this man and losing everything that you can potentially gain? Everything you have been working your whole entire life to being, which is a gold digging asshole. You're going to sacrifice it because supposedly this man is a racist guy. I just think, oh my God, they set his ass up pretty good. They set him up. Magic Johnson, I give it up to you. NBA, I give it up to you. You played this perfectly and no one is questioning it whatsoever. That's all I have to say about that. Now, if I share my own opinion, you want to say I'm racist, you know what? Go ahead. Because usually when people have an opinion that's not favorable to a certain group, whether it be gays, whether it be blacks or Hispanics or whatever, when you don't have an opinion that's favorable to that or that's different, like in the Trayvon Martin case, if you were a black person that didn't believe that this guy, George Zimmerman, was guilty, right, then you were a house nigga. That's what they call you, right? A house nigga. If you were white, you were racist, right? Just because you don't have the same opinion as someone else. Like, come on. The reason that I'm pointing this out is not because Donald Sterling was right and he's, 100% guilt-free. I made this because we are not 100% guilt-free. We are not saints. And if you think you're a saint, if you've never said anything that can be construed as racist in your entire life, then, oh my God, you should be elected Pope. So before you get butthurt over what someone else says, look deep in your own heart and figure out if you've said the same things or something similar. Anyways, my time is up, players. Let me know what you think. Am I wrong? Am I right for thinking this? Just let me know. Share your opinions. What you think is going on right here. Anyways, like I said, my time is up. So peace out, players. Oh my God.